having some fun and we're representing the tricolor de Colombia. We're going to play a little bit of salsa. Maybe you do, maybe you don't know. I've lived in Medellin, Colombia the last 14 years with an exception of 2 years spent in Buenos Aires. And down here, salsa's king. So let's do some salsa rhythm. New guitar tutorials every single Monday. Hit subscribe if you like this kind of content. Printable tabs for every single lesson by becoming a Patreon. Links up here in the notes. Some extra links in the description, including my email if you want some one-on-one lessons. Let's do it. Grab the guitar. Poof. Brain and attention span. Once you got those three things, follow me on in. Y vamos a aprender cómo tocar un poco de salsita. Vámonos. Let's look at the chords we're going to use. We're going to have an F triad, which is going to be the 10th fret of the G, B, and 13th with your pinky here on the E. That's an F chord. We have a B flat with an F in the bass. Which makes it the second inversion of a B flat, which is 10, 11, 10. Move that up 2 frets. 12, 13, 12. We have a C major, second inversion, a C with a G in the bass. And the only other chord we're going to need is a G minor, 12, 11, 10. And I encourage you to explore these chords as well too. Have some fun with just these. Try to create your own rhythms with them. Okay, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with them. Okay, so now I just have like a rhythm outline here that we're going to look at to kind of get used to it before we start all the elaborate kind of runs and arpeggios. And it's going to be 1 and 2 and. So the B flat after the second beat on the off beat. 1 and 2 and. 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then the next measure is G minor and F. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we play that, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And you can use that to outline to fill in spaces. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Any way you want. But let's go ahead and break down the rhythm that I created for it. So now we're going to fill in the spaces. And we're going to start off with a 13 and a 10. Now note, now there's an F above this. Well, that's because in the circle, it kind of goes into the F. How can I articulate that? There is an F there, but the reason we didn't do it from the rhythm is because the starting F is actually the F at the end, if that makes any sense. So if it made it more confusing, just ignore it. All right, so now we have the rhythm up, and we're going to start off. There is a little brief harmony with the F before we go to the B flat. 13, 10. Now, the F that we're using, if this pinky comes up to the 13th fret, it functions as an F5 or an F power chord. So we go 13, 10, and it starts on the and, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and. When you get to that 10th fret there, get your B flat down. 1 and 2 and 3 and you're just going to run through that B flat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Move it up to the C, and on the 4th beat, just the 12. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Then on the next and, lots of syncopation, we grab the other half of that chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. When it switches to the G minor, you're just going to take that shape and you're going to hit the offbeat 2 and 3 and 4 and that is actually a nice octave. You do have an F triad here, but but you don't get that nice octave with the F in the bass. Those first two measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The next measure, first one starts off the exact same. Second measure is almost the same. The only difference is if you look at the fourth beat, our F has gone from the and to the 4. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool. So the second half. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Put these two together, nice and slow. Let's start slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One little quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, second half. Same overall structure for the rhythm, but we're going to fill in the spaces a little different. Start off the same. That's the same, but instead of hitting the 12th fret, the G note of our C, we're actually going to hit the C note here. So instead of 12, we're going to hit 13. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now on the offbeat, we're going to run through the triad. 1, 4 and 1 and 2 and. Rest. G minor, same thing, starting from the high note down. Lovely. And okay, then we're going to jump right into the 10th fret on the first beat. Let's just do those first two measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, second half, you're going to see the rhythms similar, but we're going to actually start by playing the 10th fret on the first beat. So we go from the G minor, do, 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 and then we're going to hit the 10, 13, 10, do, 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 okay, do, 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 and then we go into our, so we get 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, right, 1 and 2 and this 10, 13, 10, because that 13 also functions as our F. The 10, 13, 10 is our F chord in this rhythm. So the F moves to the 1 here, which is interesting. 10, 13, 10, and after that and, 1 and 2 and, we're back to our B flat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, 13th fret. Then we'll run through our do, do, do one more time. And 4 and, I'm sorry, and 2 and, then we hit 11, and then we go into the F on the fourth beat. So the second half rhythmically is the most unique of the entire piece. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The second half. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so let's count the whole thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Woo! And there you go, folks. That's the whole lesson. Thank you for learning with us. I like to do these world rhythms. I like to get you out of your box, out of your comfort zone, doing some different things from salsa to bachata to bossa nova, bambuco. There's a whole world to explore with the guitar. And music is this universal language because everywhere in the world that pentatonic scale works, right? Everywhere in the world, music works. So learning some songs and rhythms from other places in the world is a lot of fun, and it's very rewarding, and it makes travel more dynamic and interesting as well because you're able to learn from traveling and also share what you know. All right, keep on rocking and rolling. Catch you on the flip side, 10thumbspro.com. Life is good.